inseminated to make sure that she becomes pregnant. This is done by the farmer inserting his or her arm inside the cow's vagina, holding her uterus in place before forcibly injecting semen inside of her. Once the dairy cow gives birth, her baby is taken away from her, normally within 48 hours. If the calf is a male, he will be slaughtered either for veal or discarded as a byproduct.
Want some lovely milk? This is some beautiful free-range pastured milk. Take a straw, have a bottle.
And for happy cows.
Yeah. Happy
Does
cows.
it taste like happy milk?
And that's it. This is a story that unfolds in dairy farms up and down the country. Because there's no value to do anything with them.
If the calf is a female, she too will be raised in the same sort of conditions as her mother. This cycle occurs every year until the dairy cow is either too old or too weak to continue. That normally happens after around 4 or 5 years. At that point, she is sent to be slaughtered for cheap meat.
Animal welfare important to you guys?
Yeah.
Supporting your dairy farmers?
These practices occur on all dairy farms, even the ones that are misleadingly labelled as free range or high welfare. These practices even occur on the farms where the cows get to live outside for 180 days of the year. This is the reality of happy milk, and this is the reality of what Jamie Oliver is promoting. There is no such thing as a happy dairy cow, because to be a dairy cow means that your body and your life is not your own. You are unable to live out your natural desires, you are unable to look after and raise your children, and you are unable to do as you please. Even if these dairy cows were able to stay outside for 365 days of the year, there would still be no happiness found in enslavement. The dairy industry is fighting a losing battle, and Jamie Oliver is shamelessly lying to the public. Yet again, he has shown himself to be interested in nothing other than money. The dairy industry is a murder industry. It is responsible for abusing the genitalia and reproductive organs of sentient beings, separating mothers away from their babies and slaughtering children. More and more people are switching to plant-based alternatives, and the profits of the dairy industry are continuing to fall. The public is not as gullible as the dairy industry likes to think they are, and no amount of propaganda about so-called happy milk is going to change the inevitable. To show our disgust at the blatant lies by Channel 4 and Jamie Oliver, I joined a group of activists in peacefully protesting outside Channel 4 studios in central London. We handed out flyers and raised awareness about the true horrors of the dairy industry, and many of the people we talked to simply just weren't aware about what happens and what it was they were purchasing every time they paid for dairy products. We then proceeded to move our protests to the front of one of Jamie Oliver's restaurants here in central London and continued to raise awareness so that people could really understand the true reality of the dairy industry.